standing here with Fredox. It's good to have you back. You have a new car, you have a new setup, everything is brand spanking new. Have you driven the car?
No, I haven't. We actually finished up the car, or we're not like 100% finished yet. It's still some small things left, but pretty much everything is done now. I've been working our asses off the last 4 months, I guess. We started in January, and 4.5 months for the total build, so we're pretty happy.
That's not a lot of time to finish a car of this caliber. You've driven all over Europe with your previous car, which was a Lexus, right? Or a Toyota SC300, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And now you're going to a much smaller chassis, but the same engine concept, right?
It's exactly the same engine that was in the Sora and gearbox. So that's like the best thing for me to know that it's the same power plant and the response and stuff. But everything else is totally different. It's McPherson front suspension geometry. It's a smaller car, lighter car. It feels different, you know.
It's going to be a lot faster,
hopefully faster in transitions and everything. So because the Sora was great and all, but it was a bit too heavy, a bit too big, you know. So I saw that on the highest level in Europe that I didn't have that final edge on the guy, so that's why we thought like, okay, we build a new car, refresh ourselves. I've been driven Sora in, I don't know, 8 years or so it's about time to do something new.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with Brian from Formula Drift. Welcome. Great to have you here. I think we should go through the track and what you as a judge are looking for when you in the competition when you judge the drivers.
Sure.
So if you can explain in broad strokes.
Yes. So of course everything is broken down into line, angle, and style. New for this year, we've changed the point system. So line and angle are going to be worth 30 points each, and style has increased to 40 points. We used to run under initiation, fluidity, and commitment. For this year, we've combined initiation with commitment, so now it's just fluidity and commitment at 20 points each. For this course, we've got an outer zone, an inner clip, an outer zone, and an inner clip. We asked the drivers to start on their left side of the track, come across the course for the first turn, and fill that outer zone as best they can. Those who are able to fill it the full extent are able to transition perfectly and come past the inner clip for us. As they transition again to set up for the outside zone, it actually goes around most of the arc of the actual racetrack turn, and they will fill that to the best of their ability and then transition again before they hit the last inside clip. Once they've passed the inside clip, they're going to come back across the course towards the wall, and they're going to finish wide to driver's left.
So the inside clip 2 here is a little tricky because on the track it's a rumble strip and you're not supposed to run over that?
Correct. So for practice we had the clipping markers set back a little bit just so if they were there they would get hit, so we wanted them to give them a little time, but ideally we're going to place it right against the edge of the rumble strip, and so the drivers are supposed to keep their tire on the track. Same with the edge of the course. If there's a rumble strip on the outside zones, they're just supposed to keep their car still on the actual asphalt or tarmac, and the rumble strip will be a slight deduction. Basically, look at the line that is judged, the edge of the track, as a mirror. So if a driver is, say, half a meter too far in or half a meter too far out, they're pretty much the same because they're not filling that line as close as possible. So you basically want their rear tire to the edge of the track.
Right. So where do you think this track makes or breaks?
I think, as with most tracks, it's always that first judged area. With this one, this outside zone, we pushed it down a little ways from what it was for last year. Those fans who were watching that may have seen it, we pulled it down a little bit closer to the inside clip 1, and we're doing this in hopes that it allows them to extend it further and then make that transition. If they leave outside zone 1 too early, or they pour too much angle on and lose their speed, it's going to hold them up, and when they transition back across, they're going to hit the rumble strip on the other side of the track.
So the first corner, I think that we said in the drivers meeting that you don't actually have to follow the outside line. So we're probably going to see drivers kind of in the middle of the track, or more middle than outside.
So because otherwise that arc for that turn is going to be too much for them to be able to hold that speed and angle and extend it out that far. So we basically just shifted it down to accommodate for that.
And then coming into this kind of whoop section, I don't know, it is a whoop section. It's a kind of a huge bump going there. I think this is my part of the track where I think most of chaos is going to happen.
I mean, you've been here before. I haven't, so it could be a place where that does happen. I think the outside of Outer Zone 1, though, is where everyone's going to get choked up and then possibly ruin their run. But those, if they make it through there, keeping enough speed to come through here past Interclip 1 is going to be a big deal. A lot of the guys in practice, if they transitioned too late out of outside Zone 1, it was forcing them off the track and going wide at Interclip 1. So that can be another area that sets them up for a non-perfect run. And then again, transitioning back across to the outside Zone 2. A couple of the guys had problems filling the entire zone from the start, but those who were able to transition perfectly were able to fill that zone just like we wanted. So I think it's going to be exciting to watch qualifying, and then when we move into tandem, it's going to get even better.
Yeah. All right. So we've had this short explanation. We're going to go over more on the live stream later, but I think this is an exciting track.
Oh, yes.
And the drivers they're pumped.
Oh, I'm excited for this. I haven't been here before, and watching them drive this, just from the start of practice to the end, was leaps and bounds difference for most of the guys, and it's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah. So we'll see you out on track, and don't forget to post and share this on Facebook and everywhere else, and we'll see you on the live stream.
All right. See you.